I want to go over quadratics with you. We did it in class, but this is practice at home so that you can do really well on STAR tests. Number one, how do the graphs of y equals 2x squared and y equals negative 2x squared differ? Okay, well, look at the value of a. And something I want to remind you about, a equals the coefficient of x squared, which means when you're given a quadratic equation, whatever is in front of x squared, that's what coefficient is, the number in front of x squared. So a here is 2 and a here is negative 2. What's going to happen when you start off with a positive 2 and then it becomes negative for your a? It should point in the opposite direction. So it's going to do this. For a is 2, same width, but then it's going to point down. So will it translate? No. Will it translate? No. Will it reflect across the y-axis? Well, this is the y-axis. So no, the graph will not do this. That's what a reflect across the y-axis means. The graph is over here, and then it flips to be over there. So no, it's not going to do that. They will reflect across the x-axis because it's going to go from here down. So the answer is D. Okay, I want you to try. Let me help you with number 2, because then number 2 will help you do the rest. Let's look at A. A was 1, and then A became 1/4. So A is less than 1. Remember me telling you when the number A is bigger, it's like I go to the gym a lot, so I'm skinny. When A is big, and the proper way of saying it is when A is greater than 1, the larger it gets, the narrower the graph is. And then I'm going to be wide if I go to the gym a fraction of the time. So when I'm less than 1, I'm going to be big, or the way the question's worded is wide. So if I start at 1 and then I don't go to the gym a lot, I'm going to be wide. So 1/4 will be wider than x squared. It doesn't move up, it doesn't move down. Okay, so I'm going to let you do number 3 by yourself. Based on what I just told you, you can do this one here. The only thing you need to talk about or know is what leading coefficient is. The leading coefficient is A. So they are calling A the, hold on. They are calling A the leading coefficient, and they're also calling it the coefficient of x squared. So that's another way to say A. You can do that one. Now let's do number 5 together. If I start at 4 and then I move to 1, how will they differ? Well, I'm at 4 and then I moved to 1. So what happened? It went down 2 units. And I think that should say 3. How does, let's read it. Let's read it. Because it says if I start at, I didn't even read it and that's my fault. If I start at x squared plus 4, I'm going down 3 units. And this says down, that says 2 units. So maybe I need to read the answer choices. The graph of y equals x squared plus 1. Oh, see, I started at the wrong one. So y equals x squared plus 1 is this one. And what did x squared plus 1 do? He went up. If this is 1 and this is 4, he went up 3 units. So the answer is D. So make sure you're reading your questions. Sometimes I do this on purpose because I know this is what you do, but it's very important that you read the question. Okay? You can do number 6 by yourself. You can now do number 7 because it's talking about plus C. That's what we just did on number 5. We looked at the C. The C is the one without the letter, the term without the letter. Okay, what is this asking? For the zeros, you can read the graph. This one here is another look at the C, so it's translating. You can do that one. You can do this one. We've done enough for that. Now, on this one, you don't have your calculator, so I'm going to help you. We're going to do it by hand and subtract 2. So 6x squared plus 7x minus 3 is the problem we're going to do. And now we are going to factor it. So 6x squared goes here, minus 3 goes there, and what will multiply to negative 18, that will also add to 7. What multiplies to 18 that will add to 7? So can we say 9 times 2 is positive 18? Now to get a positive 7, the 2 needs to be negative. So 9 plus negative 2 is positive 7. So 9x and minus 2x. Now we write the labels, and I can use 2 and 3 because 6 and 1 won't work. And then this is going to be plus 3, and then this one is going to be minus 1. So now we take each one and set it equal to 0, add 1, divide by 3. So 1/3 is an option. That is a 0. And there it is. Then we take 2x plus 3, subtract 3 on both sides, then divide by 2. Negative 3 over 2 is the other answer. So yes, I want you to practice that at home. But at school, when you have the calculator on the start test, you can use menu 6-1 or menu 3-3-1. You should now be able to do number 12, number 13. You can also do number 14 without me. I want you to do number 15 without me. Now, this one right here, you would have to use the calculator, so we will talk about 17 when you get to class if you cannot do it by hand. And number 18 you can do by yourself. Number 19 you can do by yourself. And of course, these are easy because you're just plugging in A, B, and C. So I want you to practice that. Last but not least, we need you to review just setting up the word problem from the problem and then finding the graph that represents it. If you can't set up the word problem, you don't have to. See if you can figure out, based on what it says, which graph goes with it. And then finally, this is an inequality problem because we're getting ready to go over inequalities. So that is my time, and my phone is ringing. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next time. Thank you. I just messed up the video. It's okay.